It's Luis. This is Sam. To Crazy Latinos.
What's going on,
we are
everybody?
live.
Woo! Here we go. Two Crazy Latinos. Welcome, everybody. And here we are tonight. And it's our special guest right off the bat. Talented, funny as could be, Mark Viera on the show tonight, everybody. Thank you, Mark, for coming on. How you doing, man?
Shut up.
And Mark is quieting somebody down on the side there.
Relax.
What's going on, Mark? How you doing?
How you doing?
Hey. No. No.
It's Mark keeping it real, live on the air.
Hey, Mark, you can hear us? Are you able to hear us? Hey, Mark, you're able to hear us?
Baby.
Hold on a second here.
Oh, it just went off. Okay.
Yeah, no,
Hang on, everybody. Just having a little technical difficulty. About to get Mark back on the line with us.
Hey, Mark,
There he is.
you able to hear us?
Yep.
All right, there you go. How you doing today?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm trying to clear all this stuff, this clutter on this. I don't know I've never used this. I get this is a studio stream, so it's got a lot of stuff in the way from me seeing. I'm gonna put it in there. Yeah. This shit.
There you go. Is that better?
No light. Yeah, I'm good. I'm just trying to set up my my phone so that it's good for now. Just in case. I'm just tired of holding it.
No problem.
Yeah, you know how you try to keep it steady, but then it looks like this, and it's like, yo, it's steady. No, you're good, Mark. Leave it like that. Oh, okay. Are you on a four-wheeler? I don't know. Something like that.
Are you driving? What's going on?
How come you're driving in your living room? Nah, it's not. I get nervous when I get into it.
Man, that's estate quieto. Let's start moving around.
Hey, yo, I think Mark Viera got Parkinson's, bro.
Oh man.
Oh man, how's everything, man? How's Florida?
Everything is good, man. Florida is good, thank God, man.
Good.
So, all good.
Good, man. What part of Florida are you in?
I'm in the West Palm Beach, man. West Palm Beach area. It's a little cool.
Okay.
This is my first time. I've been here around this time, so it's just weird. It's like it gets a little warm, but it's not warm, and then and then it's cool like for the rest of the day. So it's actually nice, been pleasant.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Well, you ain't missing nothing up here, man. It's brick.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
My sons tell me every day it's like 20 by them, and then it's 40 in the afternoon, so they're not getting much relief.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be any kind of relief coming up now and stuff like that, man. Definitely not, man. Definitely not. Hey, man, so let's get right into it, man. First of all, congratulations on your show on HBO Max, man.
Thank you.
I've seen your comedy, man. It's hysterical. Dude, there's no word for it, man. It's just ridiculous, man. So what are you working on right now, man? What's going on with you?
Well, again, the beautiful thing is right now I have two different specials on HBO, right? So I did a show with Entre Nos that aired in June.
Mm-hmm.
That aired on HBO Latino, and then I had the Ha Comedy Festival special that we did for HBO Max, and that
Okay.
aired in August. But both of them can be seen on HBO Max right now, both of them. So if you look up Entre Nos, you can find it's called the Winners Special because we won a spot to be on, and then the HBO Max special that's on also right now that is I mean hands down it's just one of the funniest sets I ever had on television. It's so good.
Really?
Yeah, I,
Nice.
I believe so. That one I went off emotion. I was having a blast on stage, and I think the cameras just caught it. You know.
Yeah, that's awesome. Uh, I
Nice.
saw that you have you were doing a live feed yesterday on Zoom with you were doing you were doing like training.
Yes, yes. So these are my upcoming projects. Is I'm doing a comedy workshop for aspiring comedians and public speakers. And God willing, I'm on the verge of inking a deal with HBO for my own 30-minute special, God willing. So those two things, one of them is already working, the other one is in the works. So,
Nice.
just gonna stay
Nice,
in the
man.
HBO family, God willing, and continue to work, man. Hopefully things open up. I think they're gonna get worse before they get better, but these are things that are on the horizon, God willing.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
So as far as HBO, like I know that's a major thing. How long like how long did it take to throughout the years to you finally get noticed in that way?
It's the thing. Being noticed is not. That's nothing that you can take to the bank. When people notice you, I've been getting noticed for probably over 10, 12 years. It's building on that, right? It's building the relationships after people have a conversation with you and go, "Yo, we love you." And then I hear, "Yeah, but we just don't have a place to fit you because you're a leading man, and we don't." It's just like all this. It's just a whole lot of BS. So there've been so many conversations. I just haven't been able to really make those conversations into what I would like them to be. And so I wrote my own TV show. George Lopez, was the executive producer,
Hmm?
and that was as far as I came
Nice.
to getting a show on television. Was when me and George teamed up for my own sitcom. But it doesn't. But none of that is a negative, right? Because I had an incredible process. I met incredible writers, all the executives at Fox and at Warner Brothers loved me. They loved my stories, and they loved my comedy. It just, my time wasn't just ready yet. And so I continue to write, I continue to pitch, and more importantly, I continue to get funnier. And I just feel like the stories that haven't been told are the ones that I have prepared. So let's see what happens, man. The day that they let me in, I think all bets are off, and I could take it as far as I want because there just isn't a
There,
space for us like this.
there you go. There you go. That's what's up, man. Listen, I Lewis put me onto your shows, and I started watching, and dude, I've been hooked, hooked, man. I'm telling you, the stuff that I've seen you do, man, is just I can't even begin to to
Yeah.
to imagine. What got you inspired to go into comedy? Like what got you started? Like what triggered that instinct for you to be like, yo, I'm gonna be a comedian and I'm gonna be funny as hell, and I know I am. Like what
Mm,
got you there?
Let me tell you, man. Understanding that you're funny is one thing. Being funny on stage, completely different. Especially when the audiences are so different. It takes so much time to build that stage confidence and personality and funny. It's not something that you go, "Yo, I'm funny," and then when you get on stage, everybody's like, "Yo, this dude is like the next Eddie Murphy," and it's not like that. People will boo you off stage in New York City quicker than anything, dude. And
That is true.
and we've all had to earn our stripes. February makes 20 years I've been chopping away at funny. And
Ah yeah,
the thing
ah
is,
yeah.
yeah, man. The thing is, I'm honest. I'm funny. I know that I'm funny. I know every now and again I have a set that I'm like, holy shit. You know, me and the audience were, man, we were on, you know, step, you know, lockstep together. It was beautiful. But that, you know, that has to be one of those things that you get every night. So it's so much work to be done still. Like I just feel like there's so much more meat on the bone, I should say, when it comes to being funny. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm not at my funniest. I know that I'm just reaching that point where funny is not enough for me. So I'm always trying to hurt somebody when I'm on stage. Yeah, I had a guy have a heart attack at my show, and I was like, "That's what I'm talking about." Tú estás matando a la gente, bro. You killed 3 people yesterday. Like that. When 3 people have a heart attack at your show, then you like, "Yo, he's killing it right now, bro. He's killing it."
Pero cobrar los chavos para que paguen.
Yeah, yo, this lady had a stroke. No, I'm just kidding.
So I saw that in December 4th and 5th, you're performing in Miami.
I am. I mean, you got to understand, everything is barring any new information as far as COVID is concerned. I mean, that's obviously the elephant in the room. Is people are like, "Yo, you doing shows in front of people?" Like they hear us doing a live show. Yo, you got to see their face. They're like, "Yo, you're doing a live show on Earth right now?" Easy, bro. So it is a live show. It's super limited seating because they only let a few people in. But it's just me trying to get to the gym and work out, you know. So I'm just looking forward to getting on stage for a couple of, you know, hopefully I can get about a couple hours of work in there on stage, just to flex the muscle, you know.
Yeah.
Write
Nice.
new material, go up there. You know, I always call it dropping bombs on these people, and then you know, standing back. I always record my shows and then standing back and seeing the product that I'm giving, because I'm my worst critic. So I need to get up there, and because it's so far and few in between now, every show is so important. It's critical to the growth. So now when I go up over to Miami, I have an opportunity, God willing, to grow some more, man. See what happens.
Nice. That's what's up, man. So I got a question for you. So Lewis was telling me about the HBO special that you did and a character that you did, and he had me rolling with this all day. I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna say anything. But I don't know if you know where I'm going. Yeah, there you go. Because you know where I'm going.
Of course I know.
So the first question I got for you: where did this character come from? Like, where was your process in this?
You know what's funny? I never have to reach too far for characters, right? Because I'm just a good pickup on character. That character came from my idea that no one online was spoofing Cardi B and how nasty her mouth is, right? So I wanted to be like a how do you say, like one of like a funny, the funny side of Cardi B. Oof. And then I knew that was gonna happen. The funny side of Cardi B, and then with a little bit of my niece. My niece is very, I don't know how to say this without not being polite. My niece is very hood, you know? And so my inspirations are how she thinks and how Cardi B talks, you know? So I kind of mix them together. And honestly, whenever that character, whenever she's out, dude, I don't even know what she's gonna say. I just know that when I watch it later, I'm like, where the hell did I get that from? And it's because it's an outer body experience. I'm watching me from outside. Like, who is this chick? But it's so funny to me, you know?
Oh man!
And if your viewers and the listeners don't know, just she has her own Instagram. Her name is Chuleta Diaz. She's from the South Bronx, aka Chuli D, the one and only Toto Suelto. And she been through shit, you know what I mean? So that there you go. And therein lies the the life of Chuli D.
Oh my God.
How can I know I picked up your that special. Can you let everyone know exactly where they can pick up that special?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Right now, that special is on my website, markviera.com. It's at, when you look up comedy on my website, it's right there. You can click on it and own it for yourself, or you can just DM me on any social media platform and said I gotta have it. And just like what I did with you, it's, you send the $10 however you want, and literally in seconds you have the special. I send it straight to you. So it's an easy deliverable. You don't gotta wait for the mail. You
Mm-hmm.
don't gotta wait for the mailman or UPS or FedEx or Amazon. It's 2 clicks. You click send $10 and I click send the special. It's that quick. And it's funny. I think, look, man, hands down, especially if you're, that special I did. Uh, it was almost like I say, yeah, I'm gonna do a homage to just being Latino. You know what I mean, culturally. So if you're Latino, this special is gonna blow you away, and if you're not Latino, this special is still hilarious.
Yeah, I watched it and I had to close the door because I was so loud. That especially
I haven't
that.
seen it yet, and I'm scared.
No, like I said, it's a must see, man. A lot of people.
Oh no, I know. Yeah.
I don't know what it is, man. Everybody's like, yeah, I don't know, and I'm like, man, you're watching garbage on Netflix, bro. What's funny is when you find a comedian that makes you laugh, and that's what you go with.
Mhm.
And this special is one of those where I'm like, this one is funny from the moment you turn it on to the last second. It's like there's no filler, there's no pee breaks in this one.
Yeah, definitely. And I tell you,
Oh
you
man.
definitely said some truth about the beeper life.
Come on, bro. The beeper life? That was a real thing. I got my first text message on a beeper.
I had a beeper. We're not gonna go there. We're gonna leave that to
Yeah.
the side. We ain't gonna talk about that.
No, I'm saying though, remember you got your first text message when somebody texts you 07734.
34.
You was like, yo, they said hello, bro. Like,
Oh,
Oh my
man.
god, I remember those days, man. Hey, so
yeah, but the beeper was a whole process. Like you had to go pay for your beep at the beeper store. It wasn't even like you could mail in your payment. You had to go to like the beeper store, And in the Bronx, we had the beeper wizard on Castle Hill, and that dude, he was like he had a whole shop of just beepers.
I remember those.
Right? You remember like the whole beeper store?
remember the different color beepers,
Hell
the
Oh,
yeah.
cases with the Puerto Rican flag on it and stuff like
Yep.
that.
You could see the Duracell. Remember the crystal clear one? You could see the Duracell. You could see, if you had an Energizer battery or the battery from the 99-cent store, that shit said Puracell. You was like, where you got that shit from? Puracell? That shit lasted you one day and you had to change it.
Real. Oh no! Remember the beepers? Remember the beepers that the girls used to carry? They used to light up it with all the different colors and everything. Like yo, like for real. Like I could see you 3 blocks away walking with that beeper. Stop it!
Yo,
Like,
it was a whole culture. The beeper was a whole culture. It was a part of our culture.
Yeah.
And not only that, it was a status symbol. When you got your beeper, especially when you got the color one, you were showing that shit off. You wanted everybody to see your shit. You didn't put it in your pocket. You could have put it in your pocket, and you didn't. You clipped that shit to your belt and tucked your shirt in. You had a La Tigre shirt. You tucked that shit in, or whatever shirt you had on. You wanted everybody to see that shit.
for blocks.
For blocks, exactly. That's why we got the lime green one.
I remember those, man. Oh my god, man. Hey, so tell me about your background and your family, where you grew up at.
Obviously, man, I am Latino by ways of the little island of Puerto Rico. My grandparents came to New York with my mom in tow when they were very little. I think 3 and 2, and we were first generations born in the States. So we had the tall order of living up to that standard, where my grandfather was in the army and when he got out of the army, came straight to the United States and had to hustle. He had to hustle. So And we lived in the Bronx. I lived in the Bronx pretty much my whole life until my 30s, and then bought a house a little bit outside. And this year moved to Florida. So, and California is hopefully the end game here.
Nice.
Nice. So, when are you expecting to possibly perform back in New York?
See that? I mean, that's a great question. I really don't have an answer. I did do a drive-in show about a month ago, about a little over a month ago. I did a drive-in show. We went outside, and it was pretty cool. It was a lot of fun. It was so different. But I'm hoping that at some point we start to open up again. You know what I mean? And the clubs open up again, because obviously number one, I miss New York. Number two, I miss the audiences in New York. But number three, I miss doing comedy, period. Just doing comedy I've been missing it, man. It's 9 months that it's been, hit or miss.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough on anybody, man.
Mm-hmm.
This whole COVID thing's been crazy. I mean, I've been home almost 9 months now. It's just ridiculous. Like, I know every crevice of my house. Like, I'm so tired of looking at the inside of my house. It's not even fun.
Yep.
Yep.
Exactly. Well, and you know what? And you get to know yourself more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is true.
You start to realize, wow, I need to fix stuff. Like, I need to work on me. It was so easy to look at everybody else when I was dealing with the outside world. Now that I'm dealing with myself every day, I better fix that shit, bro, because estoy que no puedo. Con yo mismo. I can't with myself. You know what I mean? Like
me canso de verme, like me veo and I'm here like, coño, man, la misma carota, like every day, like, really.
Yeah, you look at your belly and you're like, yo, you still here, bro? We in a pandemic. Yo, I've told my stomach, yo, go work out, bro. And my stomach's like, nigga, we gotta go together. Yeah, I can't go with my stomach. You're supposed to be my workout partner. I'm like,
oh my God.
Have a whole argument with your own pipa.
Oh my
God, that's so funny. I'm actually visualizing you doing that, Mark. And that's the funny part.
Man.
Like, I can see you lean over, like,
it's almost like you're still gonna be in this shit tomorrow. So you're like, hey, I'll just do it tomorrow. I'm gonna get healthier tomorrow, because today is like, I already look. You ever mess it up? You're like, yo, I had an ice cream sandwich for breakfast. Se jodió el día. Like, I'm gonna start tomorrow fresh. Tomorrow I'm gonna have oatmeal. You're like, bro, I had chips and an ice cream sandwich. I messed it up already. I can't fix it now. I'm gonna start tomorrow.
That's funny, man. Yo, so who were your inspirations when you got into comedy? Like, who was the first comedian you saw?
You know what? I gotta be honest, man. I had gotten lucky. And what really pushed me over the edge is I started to see Latino comedians budding. The comedian that really, really made me realize that my dreams were possible as a comedian is a comedian named Ruperto Vanderpool. And
okay.
I saw Ruperto on Comic View, and that was the end. Like, he was the light. I saw him do jokes about the Bronx. First he said, I'm Dominican, baby. And he just started going in on being from the Bronx and how the Bronx Zoo had all the retired animals from the wild. And I thought that was one of the funniest jokes I had ever heard in my life, bro. He said there was a lion with no teeth, like that. He said there was a kangaroo on an IV. I mean, dude. He said it was like a nursing home for animals. And I just thought that was the funniest thing I had ever heard. And I go, these are jokes that I've said in the past. I need to get my shit together, Nice. And then Mike Robles, who, I don't want to say the Latino comedians owe him a lot, but I know that when Mike Robles put together that show Que Locos, and it was on Galavisión,
Mm-hmm.
Um, it really was the biggest platform I had ever seen for Latino comedians. And there I saw who wound up becoming my best friend in the world, Angelo Lozada,
Oh,
Gabriel Iglesias.
Okay.
Fluffy was the
yes.
host of that show.
Yeah, Fluffy.
Yes, he
Yeah, that's
was.
right.
Yeah, Fluffy hosted that show. George Lopez hosted it for a while. And then I just saw, Latin comic after Latin, and occasionally they put a black comic on there, a Lunel or whomever. But it was really a platform for Latino comedians. Like I said, my first time ever seeing Fluffy was on that. My first time ever seeing George Lopez was on that. Carlos Oscar, who's hilarious. I saw all
Okay.
those guys. Mike Robles I'd seen in the Bronx, but none of those other comedians, those Mexican comics I had ever heard of. And then that show really, really put them in the limelight for me. And like I said, it just made me feel like I could do it. I used to say I'm funnier than those guys. And it's been 20 years that I've been proving it. You know what I mean? Where I'm like, it's time for me to put up or shut up,
Now,
Okay.
any talks or thoughts about making movies?
This is the thing, you have it, you hit the nail on the head. Making a movie is what I have thought about. I've never really thought about being in a movie. It's only now that I realize how I see movies myself. I have an image of me fighting The Rock in a movie. Like I want to whip his ass, and then I don't know, he drinks something, he comes back and he kills me in a movie. That's my dream role. Like if I ever get a movie where they book me, I'm like, yeah, book me as the villain, and I fight The Rock and he kills me, because that's what everybody remembers,
Yeah.
But other than that, there's movies that I've written, that I've written on my own, and there's one that I'm working on. It's really more in the idea stage, but I wrote a feature film with Angelo Lozada. We wrote a full feature film, and so that's how I want to do it. Like at some point, I want to be like Adam Sandler, where I give America a look into our stories.
Yes.
That's right.
And
That's
then all
right.
day, yeah, and then in the morning, all I do is read screenplays from up and coming writers, and because writers have the stories. It's good. The writers are us, the comedians, the writers, the people that sit down and write. I would love to do that. I would love to sit and read people's ideas and be like, I want to make this. This is what I want to make. It's no different than what Adam Sandler does and Tyler Perry. They just read scripts and they make and they buy them and then they make it.
That's awesome. I mean, did you plan upon getting a crew to film? I'm pretty sure you want to direct and everything like that. You ever thought about getting a crew and just shoot it?
Yeah, but because, and I'm not saying this to be, but because I've worked with writers before and I've worked with producers and directors before, getting people involved in your project is probably the best way to get it out there. Yes. So, there is a way to do it cheap, but remember, when you do it cheap, the product is cheap at the end.
That
Absolutely.
Yeah, and the first movie that I wanted to do was not a special effects movie, but there's another movie. Are you guys Puerto Rican?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So my grandfather was in the 65th Infantry de Puerto Rico, and so I've always felt like, war stories that you see in movies are always from the white perspective. Saving Private Ryan. There were no Latinos in that whole movie, but there were Latinos represented in World War II. You understand? Yeah. There wasn't a Rivera, there wasn't a Orozco, there wasn't a Rivera. And why? When we were there. When we were there in humongous number. And
yes,
so
we were. My father was there. Yes, we were.
Yeah, and my grandfather fought in Korea a little bit pre-World War II, but I always felt like we're never represented. So I have a movie in mind called The 65th, and it's just based on the war experience from the Puerto Rican, the Puerto Rican and Latino perspective. Obviously with white people and with black people, but the story coming from the eyes and the voice of us. Yes. Because it's never been done. If you show me one, I will shut my mouth. But I've never seen one, and I'm a historian, and I love these films, and I've never seen one. And so who better to tell it than me when my grandfather was a Borinquen?
That's right. Nice.
Yeah.
Listen,
So,
if you need a stunt dummy, I'm more than available. I'll be in the movie. I don't care. You could just throw me in the scene, exploding. I'm fine with that. I'm good. Man.
all right, let's do it. You're in. You're in as an exploding Puerto Rican. We got that. So when I do the script, it's gonna say insert here exploding Puerto Rican. You know that's your role.
Honestly, like I'm a big movie buff. I actually studied film myself, and honestly, I have not seen maybe one movie, a couple movies that are like based from Puerto Rico or about a Puerto Rican. Let alone anything. I don't remember ever seeing anything based on war, like the Puerto Ricans actually being in war.
No, there are none. I mean, I've done, like I said, I've done homework. And like you said, there might be a Mexican film made in Mexico and they do that, you know what I mean? But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about an American made film by an American telling the story of the Latino American telling the story of our experience at war for this country. That's what I'm talking about.
Dude, that's an awesome idea, man. I'm sorry, let's say.
No. I was gonna say that needs to be told.
But that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I said before. There are so many stories of us that are not being told. It is a crime. Whenever I talk to people, at Netflix or at Lionsgate or whatever, I'm like, what story are you telling from the Latino voice? And they're like, oh, well, we're going to do the facts of life, but we're Latinos and shit. So, and I'm like, yeah, but that's not our story. You're just taking a white story and putting Latinos there. Where's our story? Where, put us where we're supposed to be at, where we come from,
Yeah, I don't feel like seeing Mrs. Garrett as Miss Mojica on the Spanish version. Nah, that's not going to work for me. I'm not going to watch it.
Mira, Blea, está bien.
Mira,
cabrona.
Turi, quédate quieta, no te pongas, quédate quieta, Turi. That's not going to work.
Mira, stay in the house and stop vendiendo todo on your own page. How about that?
¿Qué te dije, Joe? No te pongas. No, but you're right, man, because you know what? We have so many stories. Nuestra cultura is amazing. It's incredible.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm checking my battery because my shit is at 4%. So, perdona.
No te preocupes. But our culture is incredible, man. To tell that story,
brother,
and to put it out there, yeah, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just like I said, it's a crying shame that we are still fighting for limelight, Yes. And like I said, I've been in Hollywood and I have been there. This whole 8 months has been a travesty for all of the arts because nothing's really happening,
Mm-hmm.
Very few films are being made. There's some shit being done for Netflix and things, but there's nothing really being done, So I'm hoping again when the whole thing comes over and I have an opportunity to sit down with the powers that they come around, because it's time. That's all I got to say about that, man. It's time.
Well,
Absolutely.
Here's my question then. How about? I mean, I know you want to tell that type of story, and you know what? And myself, as my parents, my parents Puerto Rican from La Isla, Isabela. Same thing goes with Sam. He's from the Isla. His parents are from the island as well. The thing is, how about doing a documentary?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's not, it's not just documentaries though. Like I said, the documentaries are a look into the life. But like I said, we have stories that are funny. We have stories that are heartfelt. We have stories that are powerful, like a military film. There's so many angles here, We have love stories too.
Yeah, very true.
And so why can't we? Yeah. Why can't? And on that note, I'm here to say, we all right. Look at this love story right here. Mira la nena mía. Ay, Dios mío.
Qué malo, man.
Yeah, sorry. She doesn't like the camera. She doesn't like. This is what I actually love it about her. She comes in the camera and she's like, "Hi, bye." Anyway,
So, nah, I'm not about that life. Nah, I don't want to be there. Nah,
I'm gonna sign off while we're still good, only because I don't want it to just abruptly, end it for us.
No
Absolutely.
problem.
Either way, I appreciate you guys having me. Secondly, wherever this is streamed, I want everybody to follow me. Obviously, on my social media, Mark Viera Comedy on everything. The 5-week comedy workshop is gonna come on. It begins November 30th. For all of the people that want to just start comedy or learn the ins and outs of being funny, how to write a joke, be funny, or whatever the job you're doing. This workshop is exactly that's a workshop. We're just gonna have a whole lot of fun.
Absolutely. Mark, gracias, mi hermano. Amazing, bro. Amazing
Right,
talent. I'm definitely going to watch that special. Everybody watch this new show because it's hysterical. You're about to just die laughing. I'm promising you that. Mark, gracias, mi hermano.
Yes.
I think a couple of your fans died already today.
Yeah.
just
God.
from this show. Mark, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful night.
Take care,
All right.
brother. All right, guys. So, hey, to everybody that tuned in tonight, I told you it was going to be funny. Mark came in fuerte. He came in on fire, everybody. So, you know what? Please expect stuff like this from us. Please support the show, Two Crazy Latinos. I told you, you give us a mic, there's going to be a problem. And this is just the first problem of many that we hope to have. We hope to bring a lot of entertainment out to everybody. Please give us your comments, feedback. We appreciate everything from you guys. To people, I just want to shout out real quick to my boys in Midtown and Hell's Kitchen. I love you guys. I miss you guys. To the Time Warner family, shout you guys out too. To the St. Agnes class of '88, my dudes, everybody, Flavio, Mike, everybody, Benny, all you guys, man. Love you guys. To all our friends, hey, we're always here to support. We got no limits at all, man. And to Lewis, all I can say to you, man, this is the start of an amazing ride, man. So you know what? Let's get ready. Let's run with it, man.
Yeah, and I want to say thank you to you, Sam. Mark, I known you for a couple of years, and I want to say thank you so much. You actually allowing us the opportunity, to talk, to show, just show your ideas, and everyone that's watching, thank you so much. Definitely tune in. Two Crazy Latinos. We'll try to send out as much content as possible. Again, subscribe to us over on Facebook and on Instagram, and YouTube will be coming up soon.
YouTube. Devo in the house. I see you there, baby, from DC. Tyrone, Joe, see you guys there. Michelle, see you guys. Love you guys. Thank you for coming out and watching the show tonight with us, man, and having a great time, laughing with us. Like I said, man, this is just the start of some really ridiculous nonsense, man. That's why I said at the beginning, don't make me and don't make Lewis have to come after you to come watch the show. They're giving us mics legally for a reason. I don't know why, but we got mics. So it's Two Crazy Latinos. You already know what's coming, y'all.
And you're in trouble. Have a good night, guys.